You might be thinking that flipping houses is just about buying a property and making it pretty, but so much more than that. Residential design is about understanding the space, its functionality, and how to create a flow that appeals to potential buyers. It's about transforming a house into a home that people can see themselves living in. Do you have the design scale to make your flip marketable? That's where this course comes in. We are going to show you how to combine the design and renovation processes so you can not only fix what's broken but create something that feels new and inviting. Before we get into the details of other slides, I would like to give you guys a brief about myself, who I am, and why you should listen to me. Uh, so I started out studying mechanical engineering, but quickly realized my passion was in creating spaces. So I switched to architecture. One of my proudest moments was designing a telecommunication hub in Kandahar, Afghanistan, in a very unsafe environment. As you guys can see it in the first picture, this is a picture of me with a site super and a project manager. So, yeah. After outside of architecture, I volunteered with a nonprofit organization called Rotary, and one of the projects that I'm very proud of was raising funds for polio and distributing blankets to orphans in Afghanistan, as you guys can see in the second picture. And after designing residential homes in Middle East, I earned a Fulbright scholarship and moved to the United States for my graduate degree in architecture. There I worked on student housing, stadiums, and restaurants in Oklahoma City. And then I moved to Canada. In Canada, I renovated 55 Harbor Square. There was a lobby that I was managing the renovation aspect of it. And beside of that, St. Regis Tower was another project that formerly it was known as Trump Tower. There was a 10 units that I was a part of, renovation team. I was managing the team. And I have completed more than 100 renovations from custom houses to kitchen, bathrooms, and basements across Ontario, Canada. And today I have my own company called Scion Design and Build. And with Scion, we help homeowners and investors with renovations, designs, cost estimates, and even flipping properties ourselves. I'm here to teach you everything I have learned so you can build smarter and flip faster. And that's the QR code for my portfolio. And if you guys are interested, you can check out some of my projects. Okay, this slide is about understanding residential design. When we talk about residential design, it's not just about picking colors or making something look pretty. Good design is about three things: feeling, flow, and function. First, feeling. How the space makes you feel. A well-designed home feels right, warm, welcoming, and connected. Second, flow. How you move through spaces. Are the rooms connected naturally? Can you walk from kitchen to the dining area easily? And finally, function. How the space actually works for the people living there. If the kitchen looks great but is cramped and unusable, it's a bad design. In flipping or renovating, you can't just think about resale value. You need to think about how people live and how they emotionally connected with the space, because that's what sells homes and that's what creates value. Now let's show you a real example. This is a property I visited recently. From the outside, the curb appeal was really poor. The brick was falling apart and the porch was in a bad shape. There's a lot you could do here to make it feel better. Fix the brick, upgrade the porch, improve the entrance. Things that would immediately change the first impression. And when you step inside, it gets even worse. The space feels tight, dark, and rooms didn't flow properly. It didn't feel like a home. It didn't have that energy, that welcoming, connected feeling we want. This is exactly why function, flow, and feeling matters so much when you are flipping or renovating a property. Without them, even if you spend money, people won't fall in love with the space, and that means a harder sell, lower offers, and lost opportunities. As you saw in that last property, just throwing some new paint or furniture around doesn't fix a bad space. And that's the difference between design and decoration. Decorating is like picking out the outfit. It's the paint color, the light fixture, the furniture, all the things you can see on the surface. But design is the skeleton. It's the bones of the house. It's how the room connected, how the space flows, and how people feel moving through it. If you only focus on decorating without fixing the design, you're just putting a lipstick on a bad layout. And buyers? They might not always know why a house feels wrong, but they will feel it the second they walk in. That's why, whether you're flipping or renovating, you have to fix the design first. So now that we understand the difference between design and decoration, let's talk about why design really matters, especially when you are flipping or planning for a resale. A poor design doesn't just look bad, it costs you money. When a property has a bad layout, poor flow, or just doesn't feel right, it usually sits on the market longer. And in real estate, the longer a property sits, the more carrying costs you have. Mortgage payment, insurance, taxes, utilities. Every extra day is money out of your pocket. Plus, buyers start to wonder what's wrong with this place? Why hasn't it sold yet? That's why smart investors fix the design first so the property doesn't just look good, it feels right, flows well, and sell fast. Here's another example from a property I visited as well. From the house, from the outside, the house actually looks pretty symmetrical. And sure, the porch could use some upgrades, but once you step inside, the problem really starts to show. First, the painting choices were, well, strange. But more importantly, the flow of the space was all wrong. The, this is the kitchen, this is the dining area, and this is the kitchen area. The kitchen didn't flow naturally into living area, and the connection between the kitchen and dining area felt awkward. Then you go to the bedrooms. These are the bedrooms. And that's where we even see bigger issues. There were these weird protrusions into the rooms, awkward bumps that made parts of the space unusable. You couldn't even fit a proper bed in some spots. On top of that, the windows were too small. So the rooms felt dark, closed in, so naturally, no natural light, no good energy. And this is exactly what happens when a property is designed poorly. When nobody thinks about flow, function, or how people actually live in a space. Bad design hurts value, and it definitely hurts your chance of selling or flipping quickly. Okay, now this slide is about how to spot good design and bad design. Let's talk about spotting good design versus bad design. In this first picture, we removed part of the C-shaped kitchen island, turning it into an L shape. This simple change made the space feel larger and improved the flow. Now, how do you spot good designs? It's about functionality and flow. The kitchen triangle is a key concept. It places the sink, stove, and fridge in a triangle. This ensures easy movement between stations without wasting time walking too far. A well-positioned kitchen triangle makes cooking more efficient. Another example of good design is a mudroom. It's a space where you can store coats, shoes before entering the main living area. Keeping things organized and clutter-free, bad design can make space feel tight and disrupt the flow. Good designs maximize the space and keep everything connected and functional. Now let's look at the different kitchen layouts, whether it's a linear, parallel, L-shaped, U-shaped, or island kitchen, the kitchen triangle applies to all. The triangles keep your sink, stove, fridge close enough for easy, efficient movement. Even when designing the space, make sure things like fridge door opens without blocking the flow. A well-planned kitchen should have no disconnected between its stations. Whether it's a G-shaped kitchen or an island layout, the goal is the same. Functionality and flow are key, and the kitchen triangle ensure everything works seamlessly. Now, it's important to understand who you are designing for. Whether it's a family, retirees, investors, or first-time buyers, each has different priorities. The design should align with their specific needs to create the most appealing and functional space. First, families, especially with kids. Their goal is long-term comfort, safety, and function. What they want? Lots of storage, open living space for supervision, durable finishes. And if I give you a design tip, it would be think about daily routines like laundry access and meal prep flow. Open accessible spaces are key. Second one, retirees or downsizers. What is their goal? Comfort, simplicity, and accessibility. What they would want in a house? Main floor living, wider doorways, low maintenance finishes, and lots of natural light. And if I give you a design tip, it would be focused on creating spaces that feels calm and peaceful. They should be able to age into this home. The third one is investors. What is their priority? Their priority is to buy and hold or flip. And their goal is maximize ROI or return on their investment, fast turnover, and minimal maintenance. And what they want? Open layout, budget-friendly materials, and durable finishes. And if I can give you a design tip, it would be create high-end appeal affordably, like with the open kitchen design we saw earlier. And the last one, first-time buyers. Their goal is affordable yet stylish starter home. What they want is smart, space efficient layout, open areas for entertaining, modern aesthetic, and design wise, go for Instagram worthy finishes without luxury level pricing. This keeps it trendy but budget friendly. In the end, understanding your target buyer is essential. Whether it's a family looking for a comfort or an investor focused on ROI, the design should speak to their unique needs. Just like with the functional kitchen flow, it's all about making the space work for them. Now, to wrap up today's session and put everything we have discussed into practice, I have some homework for you guys. First, pick a home, choose a home. It could be your own, a listing, or a past project you have worked on. Study the flow, walk through the space, or examine the floor plan. Pay attention to how the rooms are connected and how the space feels as you move through it. Evaluate the design. Identify the flow, feel, and any pain points. Does it feel functional? Does the space flow well? And fourth, I would say improve it. Think about how you can improve it. What changes could make this space more efficient, feel better, or flow better? And by the end of this exercise, you will have a deeper understanding of how to approach a project and how to design choices affect flow and feel. Make sure to apply the design principles we have discussed today to assess and improve the spaces. That's it for the day.